Donovan, did you, given your struggles in the first half, offensively, especially in the first quarter, did you guys find anything in that second half offensively? And is that something that you can carry over to game 5? And how much, if the answer is yes, how much was that you guys, and how much was that the Clippers?
I think we did find something. I think we found a few things. We started to introduce a few things, so we're kind of getting used to it. And they just were at a different level, and couldn't buy a bucket, and sometimes that's the case. But we got to continue to guard, I think, throughout. So for us, just coming in the second half and just understanding what we got to do and how we did it, and I think we found a few things that'll give us an advantage and get us to where we go. And we started being aggressive, started shooting as a whole, and that's why we cut it to I think 10 or 12 or whatever. So if we can just continue that, and this way we played in the second half and the first, and come out in game 5 and be ready, I think we'll be in good shape. But we also got a guard too.
Ben Anderson, KSLSports.com.
Donovan, along those lines, you said after game 3, they threw something different at you, and that was the difficulty to start the game. You had difficulties again to start this game. Did they throw anything different, or was it the same thing and you just couldn't solve it?
It was the same thing. We panicked. I wouldn't say panicked. We kind of got into the lane, and those turnovers I had won, the careless ones, where we're not thinking, because we've been thinking, and doing our thing. We knew it was coming. We knew how they were going to do it, but I think we shot ourselves in the foot a few times with the turnovers, and that's what really kind of played into there. But now they're playing in transition as opposed to playing in half court and guys getting the rhythm. So for us, I think, we saw the same thing we saw game 3. We understood it. We got the spacing right, and we got everything right in the second half. But now we just got to go out there and defend. And when you allow a team to kind of get out in transition, get going early, it's tough to come back from that. But we fought and competed, and we'll look at the film and get ready for game 5.
Eric Walden, Salt Lake Tribune.
Don, the Clippers have 18-1 advantage in second chance points, 12-0 in fast break points. What can you guys do to kind of generate some easier buckets at this point and to keep them off the glass? Because it seems like those have kind of been consistent themes throughout the series.
Well, we got to get, it's tough when they're getting long rebounds, and, start the game. Kawhi started off with a second chance point 3, and then he sees the ball go in, and he's an elite scorer. So, stuff like that gets guys going, gets guys on their team going, and, all the way down to Zubac at the end getting the tip out. We just got to go out there and just execute in that sense. I think that's the biggest thing for us, and we haven't done that yet. We've gotten 2 wins, even though we haven't necessarily done it, but we can be better at it, and we know that, and we got to make that a point of emphasis, and then also our turnovers lead to their transition points. And when you see the ball go in transition, it's easy to kind of get going. They had 3 guys and 20 points or more, I believe. Yeah, like they got going, and you can't let a team like that get going in that sense, because they're lethal, and we just got to do a better job.
Christos Saltos, Sport DNA out of Greece.
Hey, Donovan. I would like to ask you, what are the takeaways for your team of those 2 games in Los Angeles, and what do you need to do on game 5 to be the aggressors?
I think you said it. We have to be the aggressors. I think we have to come out. They've come out and hit first both times at home. And at the end of the day, they did what they were supposed to do. They won 2 games on their home floor. They took care of home court. So did we. It may not feel or look like, it was like it may not look or feel that way, but that's what they were supposed to do. And we did the same thing. So now it's on us to go out there and be the aggressive, take care of home court, and go from there. And I think we were up 2-0. We felt like we could have got one. We didn't, and we got to understand that it's 2-2. And we got to go out there and the best out of 3 at this point.
Mark Medina, USA Today.
Hey, Donovan, what's it been like carrying this workload without Mike in the lineup, and how have you been holding up overall physically?
It's been different. It's tough, it's tough, but that's the job at hand, and we've done a great job as a group. We've tried to throw different looks and do different things, but yeah, it's tough, but it is what it is.
Rebecca Harlow, TNT.
Donovan, there were times tonight where we heard Quinn Snyder saying that he felt like you guys were in your heads. Is that a fair assessment? And if that's the case for you, how do you get your guys going back to that place where you're just playing instinctually and trusting what you guys have been doing all year long?
You know, I think the biggest thing is the way we played in the second half, you know, looking at that part of the film and understanding that that's who we are, that's what we do. And even still, we didn't play a perfect half. So for us, I think being able to take that half, look at it, and go back home with that same energy, I think is huge. And if we can go out there and do that, you know, it's a tale of two halves the past two games for us. We have to understand we got to put it together completely. We got to take care of home court. They came out and punched us in the face twice. We got to be ready for it.
All right, that's it. Thank you, Donovan.